There's a bit of breaking news out of Southern California today as former UFC fighter and host of Bully Beatdown on MTV, Jason Mayhem Miller, was arrested for multiple felonies. This particular charge racks up a litany of legal troubles at this. He was one of the brightest stars to ever come out of MMA, one of the most dynamic people, and he was not without troubles. You read his rap sheet, it's not great at all. We're talking, breaking into churches and running around naked and setting off fire extinguishers. There's a litany of domestic violence charges, which is not good at all, and this recent arrest, he was basically charged for grand theft auto and unlawful taking of a vehicle, right? So this is this is a really unfortunate one, right? Especially for, the show that he hosted, the Bully Beatdown. It was to kind of gain vengeance on people who had, kind of treated unfairly some of the just people in society and communities and gotten paired up with fighters. And it did two things. It gave the a little bit of humble pie to the bullies that were bullying people, right? And then for there was a bit of retribution, right, for the people that got bullied on that show, right? So there's that, and then it exposed fighters that were up and coming, like Eddie Alvarez and a litany of others, right? An extra paycheck, and a national, if not worldwide, acclaim via that show. So, and then he becomes the bully himself, right? And this is when you got to go, my goodness, what were there signs? There were absolute glaring signs of this, right? This is one of the reasons why I cringe every time I see a post, and of course I'm not a fighter, not at all, not claiming to be one, not by a long shot, right? But I cringe every time somebody, his name was Mayhem Miller, right? So it was kind of apropos, right? And I see a post, from articulate people and like trained athletes saying, "Oh, I'm in a room full of killers," because killers have a connotation that from the outside viewing world, it's not good. It's you're taking somebody's life. So when you go like that, it's just like it's weird. It's so weird, But Jesse, he's saying, yeah, it's a sad story with Mayhem Miller. He's an OG. I like the guy, but I hope he gets the help he needs. Ruben Garcia is saying, I love Bully Beatdown, as did I. But, again, it's beyond help because, these are felony charges. So chances are, more likely than not, this is the thing, the nail in the coffin to, I guess his life as a free man, because he will probably, in a list of, this is one of those where he's got multiple felonies. So this might end up being an accumulation of a life sentence. So this sucks. It sucks for him. It sucks for the sport. It really sucks for the people that are involved. The unfortunate females that were subject to this domestic issue. Domestic violence issue at the hands of Mayhem. So it's just it's not good. It's not good. But it's one of those things that, again, if there's signs like, and there were glaring signs with this person, screw the fighter. He's a person first and foremost. This is somebody's baby. This is somebody that people cared about and whatever. And so to it are the people that are affected negatively by his actions, right? That the domestic abuse, like the not just the physical trauma, but the psychological trauma. Same thing with the grand theft auto. Don't know if anybody was in the cars at the time that he took them forcefully, but it's just why, there's so much craziness going on in the world right now. The last thing people need is more craziness, more mayhem. And it's sad, and do you think it has to do with concussion damage he took over the years, or maybe drugs? I don't know. I don't know Mayhem. I had one brief interaction I mean, far along. He came into like a job that I was working at, and I mean, even then he seemed a little bit off, but a little bit off is subjective, right? But looking back on it, and of course hindsight is always 2020, but I mean, yes, there were signs, and you look up any YouTube or just Google his name, and it's there. The signs are all there. So like, what could we have done as a community? And I know there were people in our community that had reached out and were there for him, and like they got slighted for their efforts by Mayhem himself or Jason Miller himself. So I don't know, man. It's just sad. I feel sad. I really do, for all parties involved, and, as they're right now in quarantine, uh, MMA is one of the first sports back, if not the first sport back in terms of live, it's, sporting events and what have you. So there's a lot of good being done. There's a lot of people whose lives that are being positively affected by the sport. And, for people that, might sponsor, a potential fighter for a fight or whatever, or even like the promotion that person is fighting for, they're going to read this and might have a negative connotation of what this sport and all the good that it does, what it is. So I don't know, man. It's just weird. But I just wanted to kind of come out and talk to you guys about this. I hope you guys are well first and foremost, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But this has been According to Woods, and I'm out.